Finding diamonds can take forever if you don't know the right methods, so in this video I'll show you 8 of the best and fastest ways to get diamonds in Minecraft. These work on both Java and Bedrock, and by the end you'll know exactly how to fill your inventory with stacks of diamonds. So without wasting any time, let's get straight into it. First up, we have cave mining. Diamonds generate anywhere between Y16 and Y-64, but the best level to find them in caves is around Y-53, so that's where you want to mine. Now this isn't the best Y level for every method in the video, but we'll talk about that as we go. It's best to look for big open caves. The more open space you can see, the easier it is to spot the exposed diamond veins on the walls and floors. There are two main ways to find large caves. The first way is by exploring. Just run around, look for cave entrances and follow them down. You might end up in a huge cave system without even trying. The second way is by digging straight down, but not just one block at a time. Always dig down 2 blocks side by side like this. This way you can see what's below you and avoid falling straight into a cave or lava. If you find a cave, you can start mining the diamonds. Once you've mined diamonds, don't just move on right away. Dig a few blocks around where the diamonds were. You'll often find a few more that were hidden behind stone or deep slate. And before we move on, here are a few quick tips to make your cave mining even safer and more efficient. When you're mining diamonds, make sure your pickaxe has fortune 3. It gives you a lot more diamonds for each ore you mine. And if you added mending and unbreaking, it'll basically turn into an unbreakable pickaxe, since the pickaxe will repair itself and takes damage really slowly. Another tip is to always carry torches so you can light up your path, and a water bucket to deal with lava or reach lower areas safely. Also make sure to bring extra food. Between mining, fighting mobs and exploring, your hunger bar will drop faster than you think. Now moving on to water cave mining. Look for underwater caves that lead to diamond level, whether that's just finding a small water pool inside a cave or diving into the ocean to explore the underwater cave system. Both can get you a lot of diamonds, just make sure you're mining around the diamond level. But why is underwater cave mining better? Well, diamonds that are exposed to air actually generate about 50% less often. You do move and mine a bit slower underwater, but it's definitely worth the extra ore. And there are actually quite a few ways to make underwater mining much easier, so you don't have to struggle with slow movement or running out of air. One of these ways is by using a magma block. It helps you regenerate your air bubbles, and normally if you stand on it you'll take damage, but if you crouch you won't take any damage. Another way to make underwater mining easier is by using the right armor and enchantments. On your helmet you can use respiration. With respiration 3 you can stay underwater for around 45 seconds. Aqua Infinity is also great because underwater mining is way slower than normal, but with Aqua Infinity you can mine at normal speeds. You can also use Depth Strider on your boot, since it lets you move much faster underwater. One last thing you can use that's armor related is a turtle shell helmet. It's one of the best items for underwater mining, since it also helps you stay underwater longer without running out of air. Another great tool for underwater mining is using potions. A potion of water breathing will allow you to breathe underwater, so you don't have to worry about running out of air. You can also use a potion of night vision. It makes everything clearer and helps you spot diamonds from much further away. If you do underwater mining correctly, it's a really effective way to find a lot of diamonds. Next we have moss mining. Like I mentioned earlier, when a block is exposed to air it has a 50% lower chance to generate diamonds, but moss mining gets around that. Moss mining works by using bone meal to replace stone or deep slate with moss. To do this, place a moss block on top of stone or deep slate, then use bone meal on it. The moss will spread and replace all of the surrounding blocks, but it won't replace any ores. This means you can just insta-mine all of the moss with hoe and expose all of the diamond ores that weren't visible before. This might sound like it uses a lot of bone meal, but it actually doesn't. You can use a composter to turn all of the moss you mine back into bone meal. You'll get your bone meal back and then even end up with extra. You can do this manually or build a simple setup of hoppers feeding the moss into a composter. The composter will then feed it into a chest and you can just go and collect the bone meal. This can also be a really safe mining method, since you can light up the surrounding areas to prevent mobs from spawning. Just make sure you're doing this at around Y-53. You can go a bit lower if you want, but the lower you go the higher the chance of running into lava. Now moving on to sculk mining. Sculk mining is actually quite similar to moss mining, since you'll also be using hoe to clear out all of the blocks to expose hidden ores. It's more rewarding though, but it's also a lot more dangerous. To do this you'll need to find a deep dark biome. In the deep dark biome you'll notice there's a lot of sculk covering the ground and walls. These biomes mostly generate underneath mountain areas, so that's the best place to start looking. You can use an iron hoe or anything stronger to instantly mine sculk and reveal the ores behind them. If your hoe has mending it will never break, since you'll always be getting XP. Mining sculk also gives you a ton of XP, but be careful, you don't want to accidentally spawn a warden. Keep an eye out for sculk shriekers and destroy them as soon as you see them. Next we have branch mining, also known as strip mining. This is one of the safest and most effective ways to get diamonds in Minecraft. The best Y level for branch mining is around Y-58, since that's where most of the diamonds generate. But if you want to avoid running into most lava pools, you can go a bit higher. Around Y-53 works great for this. Both levels is good, it just depends whether you prefer safety or speed. You can start off by making a small storage area if you want. I like to have one down here, but it's optional. Then begin by digging a straight tunnel. I usually make it 2 or 3 blocks wide, it gives you a bit more space and it looks much better. Once you've made your main tunnel, just mine in one direction for as long as you want. When you're done, skip 2 blocks and start another tunnel parallel to the first one. You're skipping 2 blocks so that you're exposing all new blocks and not seeing the same block twice. You don't always have to run all the way back. Instead, you can dig across the side, move forward 3 blocks, then turn and start your next tunnel, looping back towards your main tunnel. It's a simple trick that saves you a lot of time running back and forth. If you're using an efficiency 5 pickaxe with Fortune 3, you can get an incredible amount of diamonds. With some luck and a good setup, you can mine up to around 300 diamonds per hour. Now, if you want to mine even faster, try crawl mining. Crawl mining is very similar to strip mining. The only difference is that you're mining 1 block high tunnels instead of 2. This allows you to save time and expose more blocks for every block you mine. It might not seem like a big difference, but for every block you mine, you actually expose about 25% more blocks. And over time that really adds up. To start, place a trapdoor and use it to enter crawl mode. Then just mine the exact same way you would with strip mining, but in a 1 block high space. Next we have tunnel bores. This is a much more advanced way to mine, but it can be incredibly powerful if you set it up the right way. A tunnel bore is basically a flying machine with pistons, observers and TNT duplicators that will automatically clear out tunnels for you. You can use it to mine massive areas without doing any of the digging yourself. It's a bit tricky to build and works best in the nether or deep underground, but once it's running, it can expose thousands of blocks in just a few minutes. If you don't know how to build one, you can check out this tutorial. It'll show you step by step how to make a tunnel bore in Java Edition. If you're playing on bedrock, there are plenty of great designs. You can just search for that and you will find one that works just as well. You'll want to build your tunnel bore at around Y-53. That's a great level for finding diamonds while avoiding most of the lava. To use it, just activate the tunnel bore and let it do the exploding. Once it's done, run through the tunnel and look around for any exposed ores. If you find some, mine them, and if not, just activate it again and repeat the process. And the last way to get diamonds isn't related to mining at all. You can find diamonds inside chests in different structures all across your world. These include desert temples, jungle temples, shipwrecks, buried treasure, villages with a blacksmith, mine shafts, strongholds, ancient cities, and even bastions in the nether. End cities also have lots of diamonds, diamond tools and diamond armor. You can also trade with villagers, but keep in mind, trading only gives you diamond tools and armor, not the diamonds themselves. So those are 8 of the best ways to find diamonds in Minecraft. Which method do you use the most? Let me know in the comments down below. Click the video on screen to learn more about ancient debris mining. If this video helped you out, be sure to leave a like and subscribe.